We're here working, reviewing the tracks. Man, I got some of this stuff. Like, it's fun because we do a lot of stuff just to can y'all hear me? Okay, there we go. It's fun because we do a lot of stuff just to really just just to have fun and produce records. Like, I was listening to Dr. Dre talking about, everything isn't for everybody to hear. You know what I'm saying? You want to have fun doing what you do when you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to have fun producing records and doing this. Let's see what we got. This is on one. Sounds a little bit like the Kurt Franklin joint I just heard. He just released. Especially when you get to the hook. Kind of sounds like it. I'll play it. Hold on a second. It sounds a little bit like it. So let's see if we can play it.
Father God, we thank you for all that you've done. Through the ups and downs, you've always been faithful. You've never forgotten me. And it's all because of your immaculate grace and mercy that I'm still here today. So I wrote these lyrics just for you. Lord, I love you.
Lord, I know that you really care for me. You love me so, and you gave your life for me. Sunny, rain, or snow,
Through the seasons,
each
Jesus.
season was prepared for me.
Yes, sir.
That your love is real.
Your love is real.
Go to the break.
Come on.
You want the best. You want the very best for me.
Through every test.
Every time, rescued and blessed.
Jesus. Now I know.
Now I know your love is everlasting.
I can feel that.
That is real.
That is real. Yeah. Because you love me.
I like the track. The track is crazy. Hey. I can't let y'all hear like the finished work, you know what I'm saying? But yo, the track is crazy. Yeah, I really do. This is my favorite part of the track. Hey. Cause you love me, hey. Hey. Yeah. Crazy. That's a star church, right? Yeah. All right, so what's funny is I think people forget that I came from the church first. Like my first situation was with I'm a church musician. Like I think a lot of people, want me to be something else, but I'm a church musician. I started from the church, you know what I'm saying? And I started creating this song here, this track here is about
Give it up for
this is
Mr.
about
King.
I think I did this track in 2005? Maybe 2007. 2007. It's 2007.
Come on and hear somebody scream. Woo! Oh Lord, we love you. Oh Lord, we lift you up for the rest of our days. And we just say yes to you. Come on, say this with us. You found me. I once was blind, now I see. Lord, I owe you. Let me see you dance. Put your hands together. Hey, he is worthy, yeah. If you're gonna give God a yes and you believe He's gonna bless, you can go ahead and dance to the left and the right.
Hey.
Give yourself some room. Come on and move.
Now this was done in 2010. Yes.
Give yourself some room. Say, baby, move. 1, 2, 3. Although we love you, although we worship you, you're worthy of all the praise. So let's move. Let me see you dance, let me see you groove. What you know about that?
Okay, that was done in 2010. That was the end of the song. The whole song is crazy. That's 2010. We did that. Let's go. Let's do something new. Y'all know we're getting ready to do the remix of Next Gen. That's right, the remix of Next Gen. And we're taking some old songs, doing some remixes of some old songs. Thumbs up if you love. Thumbs up if you love. This is the church edition, so it ain't a lot of hip hop. Because a lot of people know me from the Christian hip hop and doing a lot of hip hop, a lot of saying stuff. But I feel like sometimes I have to go back to my roots. Sometimes I gotta go back to my roots and what we're doing. Let's play. And y'all see, I do a lot of mixes. I mix a lot, so.
I wanna be just like you, make my appearance just like yours, change my presence.
Now this is recorded maybe in 2013, I think it was 2013. 13. Okay, here we go. I just remixed it. Just changed it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just having fun. This show is hard. The end is crazy. I love the ending. Let's go.
Way I'm living to be reflecting as you, Lord. Purify my hands, cleanse my heart, give my life a brand new start. Make me like you, Lord. I wanna be like you, Lord. Make me like you, Lord. I wanna be like you, Lord. Remake me, Lord. Replace my own sinful ways with yours. I'll praise you for the rest of my days. I wanna be this way. Make my reflection be your face. Make me your own copy and clone. You're the voice of my new song. Make me like you, Lord. I wanna be like you, Lord. Make me like you, Lord. I wanna be like you, Lord. Remake me, Lord. Replace my own sinful way with yours. I'll praise you for the rest of my days. Make my reflection be your face. Make me your own copy and clone. You're the voice of my soul. Wanna be like, I wanna be like you. Yeah, I wanna be in your image. I wanna be clean. Make me like you. Make me just like you. Make me clean, restore. Make me, Lord. Lord, I open my heart to make me. Lord, I give you everything for you to remake me. Make me, Lord. I'm so tired of. Lord, I open my heart to make me.
This is my
Lord,
favorite part of the
I
track.
give you everything for you to remake me. Make me, Lord. I'm so tired of being broken. Make me, Lord, in your image.
I'm coming from.
Should have been broken. Make me in your image.
Yo, this is coming out. I can't play nothing from it, but it's coming out. I'm telling y'all. I can play it in this. Hold on. Let's play it in there. He probably gonna kill me for doing this. I shouldn't do this, but I'm doing it just a little bit. I'll play it in that West song. I'll play the end. This is my favorite track on this record. He probably gonna kill me for doing this. And this probably gonna be the single if I'm not mistaken. I think it's gonna be one of the singles coming up. Let's see what we got. If I can play it. Nah, I ain't gonna play it. I ain't gonna play this record. You know, like you wanna respect people's, you know. This is a guy produced. This is my joint here though. This is my joint. I just gonna go to the end. I ain't gonna put the I just gonna play the end. Dance. Woo! That's crazy. My favorite track of the whole album. Whoa, second favorite.
Don't leave me now.
I can't play the whole thing, but yo, listen.
Don't leave me now.
That joke's crazy. I love that. I love the end of that.
Hello world.
And I can't play the record.
Nikki Giovanni's Autumn
It's
Park.
not how I play it. And some of y'all be thinking like I done lost it. Like really? That's what you thought? This ain't saying sex here. Like, y'all gonna rock with me. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yes, I'm a man of good, like Moses, I hold the rock. With my other hand, I wave. Watch your legs separate. Watch the waves flow.
Say sex. Let's go.
Let's not hesitate to get to know each other better. We say yes in front of the congregation, but this is a private matter. For you and me to go all the way, 'cause all you gotta do is say yes. Come a little closer now, promise I bless you, babe. Bless you, babe. Bless.
Bring the harmonies. Y'all gotta mess with me on this. Y'all gotta mess with me on this. This is King Jones. I can't play the whole songs for you guys, so I'm skipping through. Contractual obligations. This show is crazy too. This is Blue.
Hey, yo, you crazy for this one, Pig. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let go and let God, you dig what I'm saying? Don't live love. Yeah.
Where would I be?
It's a 2023. What is 2022? We got 2022.
Put your cup closer, say you far away. I know where you live and I'm right here.
I can't let y'all hear the record.
Go, Sean.
I haven't missed this record here. This is the record that we working on Blue. It was gonna be on Blue, but it's not gonna make Blue now. Now it's going to be on the Black Joker EP. And I'm sending it. Matter of fact, I'm sending it to my cousin Carrie. He's mixing this record for me because it's a hard record, and you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you need help. Sometimes you got to step out and let your fam be a part of it. Let your fam hit it and get on it, and you know, get some extra ears on it to make it sound right. And one thing before with me and other records that I had, production has never been an issue. It's always been the mix and mastering. So you know, and I was real like real arrogant and super what's the word? Super didn't want a lot of people, because I'm very possessive of the music I made, and I didn't want a lot of people touching it. But I had to learn that I was kind of cheating myself in this process. So I started reaching out and letting other people collaborate with other people, collaborating with other artists, and doing different things. Like all the music you heard so far has either been me or samples. But you know, everything on the instrumentation and stuff has been me, or either it's been a sample or something like that. So you know, I do a lot of work on my own, but now I've started to reach out and work with other people and collab with other people and let other people be a part. I feel like the collaboration is something that one of the things that I started doing but I would have my whole crew, and that's where Next Gen came from. But now it's like it's cool, you know, to collaborate and go outside and you know get people to understand. This is called She. Now it's called Harley Quinn on the Black Joker EP.
Yes, I'm saying call the chosen, yes, and I stay in the text. But I keep the shot at this in my window like my name was Malcolm X. That's how real kids do it. Keep my hands clean and fluid. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord, and there's no world is true. How the goose come through. You have your family question why you do it. Like my ministry, my outreach is very deep, from LA to ATL shooters. She was landed in the sheet. Hey. Look at that, really. Said leave that life alone. She like the way I move. She like the way I move. She was like, oh shorty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. She like the way I move. She like the way I move. She like the way I move. Hey, go shorty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. It's taking this toll. I'm looking around and I'm looking.
All right, that's enough. I don't want y'all to hear the whole thing. Y'all gotta go buy the record. Go buy the record. You know what I'm saying? To hit the end of the story. I like telling stories when I do records. Either, you know, all of them have some truth to them. Either it's something I experienced, or it's either something that someone else experienced, or I'm either using a metaphor. Hey, y'all know, I got to be careful using metaphor and satire I see around a lot of people, because y'all know the video, the post of the satire that I use. Oh, God, Jesus, people thought I was going off on people. There's satire that they understand. You know what I'm saying? I should know that people would know, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, that's some of the Blue album. But this will not be on Blue album. This will be on the Black Joker EP. The Black Joker EP, which is a fun record that I'm producing. I might release that soon. It should be out coming out pretty soon. If you haven't seen it, it's crazy. The thing, I got albums that nobody's heard, right? Now, I like the record because I like when people diss me. I like drawing inspiration from people that have negative things to say. You know what I'm saying? And it was this, let's say this white lady on, I was on a show and this dude was saying I was acting like a clown. He's like, yo, you on that clown stuff, you know, don't listen to him. He's not a preacher. He's not a, all this stuff they were saying. And I was like, yo, because I laughed and I smiled a lot. And I laughed and I smiled a lot. And I like to have a good time. I'm not really like a person that likes to, not smile, not to be a joyous person. I laugh and I smile a lot. So that's why the Black Joke. And so the guy was like, yo, like you smiling like you're not serious. And I'm like, nah, I can laugh, I can smile, I keep my character. But don't get it twisted. I'm coming for you at the same time. I'm like the Black Joker. And when I said that, I'm like, yo, I'm like the Black Joker. I could be laughing and slitting your throat at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Or, you would have said they call me cool, common clown. I'm like the Joker. I'm the most dangerous clown that you could ever meet. Because I'm coming for you, right? And that kind of was my mentality, not figuratively, not literally, not slit your throat, literally, but figuratively. With my words cut deeper than anything. Chinese word. I learned that this week again. But you know, I could come for you and say some stuff and it hurt you. That's what the Black Joker EP is about. The Black Joker EP is really about art and stepping outside of the normal, what you see in Christian hip hop or what you see in gospel music, because everybody looks the same in gospel. You know what I'm saying? Either we copying, you know, either we'll have the suit on and a nice background, and you know, or we on the ocean and the wind's blowing, or you know what I'm saying? Everybody's done the same thing, and it's true artistry and Christian hip hop and gospel has kind of been lost. You know what I'm saying? And to push the envelope forward, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Black Joker is about. So that's why the name of the EP is called the Black Joker EP, is because, you know, really the stuff and the things that we're talking about really is to kind of throw a bomb into everything and kind of blow up the status quo of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You won't hear a lot of you hear some craziness. The tracks are crazy. They're over the top, purposely. It really is some things that I think needs to be. I talk about some things that I feel like need to be talked about and discussed, from me leaving music to coming back to having the industry, trying to pull me more towards the secular, getting more gigs and jobs on the secular nature than getting in the gospel realm. So that's what the Black Joker is. It talks about a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. Like I said, somebody was like, "Yo, you know," I think it was on a show, and dude got mad because I was smiling, and you know he didn't like my facial expression, my smile. And this is like a syndicated show. He didn't like my facial expression, or smile. And then I think one of the hosts was like, "Man, you know, he's taking it as a joke." And I'm like, "Nah, like I'm smiling. That's my countenance. I'm a joyous person. I like to smile. I like to have fun. I like to go. But don't get it twisted. I'm cerebral at the same time. I mean, I'll be cordial and thinking of a way to, you know, to get at you. And you know what I'm saying? I'm wise as a serpent, but harmless, you know what I'm saying? Harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent, you know what I'm saying? But I can get at you if I want to get at you, you know what I'm saying? Especially with my words, I can get at you. And that's what the Black Joker EP is about. It's really about creativity. It's about blowing up the status quo of what we think a Christian artist should look like, what we think a gospel artist should look like, what we think the gospel music should sound. Is it gospel? Is it not gospel? Is it too far? Is the production too much? Is it too less? Is the mix good enough? Is the mix not good enough? Is the master good enough? Is not good enough? It's a lot of stuff that, you know, you end up going crazy and overthinking yourself, and it's like, yo, this is the EP that really will, for me, it just changes all that. It's for me, for this record, the Black Joker EP is the EP that for me, and it's not long. It's like 7 songs, but in those 7 or 8 songs that's on there, I think I'm gonna add like 2 more. And like 7 or 8 songs on this record, I'm like, I think it's a good job of just like kind of throwing a monkey wrench into everybody else's. Like, oh, your record gotta look like this. Oh, your record, you gotta look like this. As a Christian artist, you gotta sound like this. As a Christian hip hop artist, you gotta sound like this. As a gospel artist or as a producer, you gotta make sure your beats sound like this. You gotta talk about these things if it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, screw y'all, man. We just gonna do what we do. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do what we do, and we just gonna go hard. And we're just gonna let our creativity show and try not to sound. And one thing I do like about it, the more I let people hear it, the compliment is, hey, it sounds like you. You don't sound like anybody else. I'm like, well, what it sound like? It's like, you. You said it doesn't sound like anybody else. It sounds like you. And for the longest, I thought it was a slight. But now I'm starting to recognize that it's cool to be different. It's cool to have your own opinion. And that's what this is about. If you remember in the Joker and the Batman series, all the guys said the motives were making money. And Joker was like, screw the money. We're burning the money. We're burning it down. You know what I'm saying? He's like, burn the money. What are you doing? And he's like, man, see, that's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all move by this. And I'm not moved by that. I move by the fact that, hey, the world is in chaos, and, you know, what art can I put out there? And that's what the Black Joker EP is about. It's not about being like anybody else. It's not really about making money or whatever. If it makes it, If we don't, I want people to listen. You know, I ain't gonna be honest. You know, like some people say, I don't care about the numbers. Nah, that ain't true. I want people to hear it. I want to be critical of it. I can handle the criticism. Shoot, they was critical of One Man One Sound, so they definitely gonna be critical of this work. For me, it's a work of art. So me putting out this record, the Bad Joker EP, we put it out. Actually, we put it out about a month ago, and the masters wasn't right. It just wasn't right. It wasn't getting, the masters weren't where we wanted to get. And we tried a couple of different mastering companies. We tried some different mastering engineers, and I couldn't get the mastering where I liked it as the artist. So I pulled it off because I didn't like the way it sounded. I pulled it off. We went back in the shed. Me and my team, we got together. We remixed it. We remastered it. Some of these tracks we couldn't because some are older, and we had to just deal with the 2-track mix down and try to do the best we can of remixing and mastering it that way. We did some spectral mixing and different things of that nature. Went back and had a master where we found some studies that we like. We found a mastering company that we like, and we went forth, man. We went forth, and I think it's coming out pretty soon. Y'all know me. I be holding on. I hoard music, but I feel good because I heard, like I said, I heard Dr. J say today, he's like, man, people always want you to put your music out, but every music isn't for everybody. Sometimes it's just for us. It's just for your inside, it's your camp. And, we enjoying it. We're not in it just to make money. Because you got a lot of cats that just want to make money, man. So they put out anything. So the latest trend come out, I got to sound like the latest trend because I just want to make money. When it's true, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like, having your different style and having your way to being able to produce something and put something together and make it hot is super, super duper important. And I think that's what we're working on here. All right, that's what we're working on. We're working on making history and not being the same. When we speak, we don't want to have everybody else's opinion. That's why we can be ahead of the game, because our opinion don't sound like everybody else's. Our thoughts aren't like everybody else. Our posts aren't like everybody else's. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about God, we don't talk about God the same way everybody else does. Paul didn't talk about God the same way Peter, James, and John did. He was creative in it. Peter didn't talk about God and his effect with Christ the way Paul did. The way Barnabas did, the way people have their own styles and critiques, but we quit the critique. So, and I'm one of the ones that started this, so I have to kind of eat it too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of the ones that always critiquing and, all right, this need to be done, this need to be done, da. And you know what I'm saying? But I had pedigree. A lot of people could talk and don't have pedigree. Like, I'm like, like Jesus had pedigree. He came from it's very important that Jesus came from the line of kings. He came from the line, he came from the line of David. So it was very important for him to have pedigree. You got a lot of people just jumping out here and they had no pedigree. They ain't come up in church. They didn't come up from different things. Like, but if you notice the people that really, really was used, they had pedigree. You know what I'm saying? Like Paul had pedigree. Paul was under Gamaliel. You know what I'm saying? He was a Pharisee. He had pedigree. So a lot of cats that's talking don't have pedigree. You don't have anybody that you came from under to be like, yo, what is it? You know what I'm saying? You don't have anybody that, you sat under. You learned it, and, you got Google and you got all this other stuff, and, you just see stuff that you talk about. Now, if you notice, I even stopped talking real bad about everything that's going on in the church, because at the end of the day, we're the poster board for the church, and if we're the poster board and everything we think it say is negative about people coming to God, why would people want to come to God? You know what I'm saying? If everything we say is negative about the church, why would people want to be a part of it? I think that's very important that we got to stop, because all I see is a lot of cats that's dealt with congregational hurt, blaming the church, and everything that's so vocal and so against the church. And that mess has to stop. Like, who made you the watchdog of Christianity? You know what I'm saying? I be seeing cats say, well, you can't do this, or you can't do this, or you need to do this, or you don't need to do this. And I'm looking at them like, who made you the watchdog of Christianity? Like, who gave you the office to be, where the Holy Ghost, what? Nah, man, stop that. Who made you the watchdog? And normally those people that's always calling our stuff, and I had to watch it. No one of those people that's always calling us up, find themselves in some type of scandal themselves. And they need grace and they need restoration. We all do. You know what I'm saying? So unless it's something definitive in scripture, or you see someone operate, like I call out people that I see operating in manipulation. And not manipulation like, hey, their style of preaching is different. Hey, they're learning some things. Not that, but manipulating in like obvious manipulation that we call church. Boy, I'm gonna make a pause. Let's get back to the music because I can talk about this all day. But all the obvious manipulation that we think of things as spiritual, we have a lot of that going on in the church. Obvious manipulation, and I think some people have the background and have the ability and have the treatise to call out people. I think some of y'all should be quiet. Y'all don't have it. Y'all don't have the ability to do it. If you haven't had the cachet, if you haven't had and you gotta have discernment because some people may be young and coming up and they don't have the experience, but God is still using them like Samuel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Eli lost the vision. And so I want to be balanced in that. I don't want to just say, hey, you can't talk because you ain't third generation preacher or you ain't been in the faith for that long. I'm not gonna say that, but I am gonna say, you know what I'm saying, we have to use discernment as believers to everybody that's sitting here talking, because some of these guys aren't people. They're Mark 8 Christians. They're making their own laws and mistaking it for the laws of God. They're making their own rules and saying that it's sin, and it's not God's sin. It's not in the scripture. And I don't need you. The one thing about sin, well, I need to teach it. I need to do a live. Let me stop. We're going to stop doing the music. Let's do a live. I want to talk about that real quick. I'm going to thank you, guys. We're going to come back and we'll talk about that a little bit. All right, I'll let y'all. King Joe, peace.